All right, let's talk about Xavier Worthy of the Kansas City Chiefs. Got to see a good amount of playing time with him against the Detroit Lions. Of course, Worthy, very hyped up draft pick. They traded up to pick 28 to draft him. There's been some Tyreek Hill comparisons, and while I think those might be a bit of an exaggeration, there's still some good stuff. So I'll give my rating of 1 to 10 on how good I think he played in this game at the end of the video. Stay tuned to that if you want. Also, check out my movie channel. If you like movies, I have a movie channel, Jackson Kruger Movies. The link is in the description below. Some fun stuff on there, like some movie reviews and that kind of thing. But yeah, anyway, let's talk Xavier Worthy. First, let's talk about a play you see on the screen. It's a relatively simple play, as Worthy's going to start off as though he might be running a deep route, but then he's going to cut more towards the sideline. Mahomes is going to be rolling out in that direction, and really, this play is designed to get Worthy open. He is the main read on this one. So, Mahomes does roll out right here. Worthy right now is, faking as though he's going for more of a deep shot, but now he's going to try and cut more towards the sideline. That's the way this can work. However, when he cuts, really this Lions corner is all over it. Mahomes has no choice but to throw that ball away. So, didn't work out that time, which is, again, you're not going to win 100% of the time. You're going to have your wins. You're going to have your losses. This was well covered by Amik Robinson. Give him credit, the corner for the Lions, who definitely has shown flashes. But I do think that there was some things with Xavier Worthy. I think you saw perhaps a realization. I think he might have even came to the realization throughout this game of just there are more things you're going to have to do to be successful at the NFL level. Tyreek Hill isn't just good because he's fast, right? Speed only gets you so far. Like this play is an example of that, where it's a 2nd down and 8 right here, and it's just a go out, which, hey, can he just run by the corner? At the end of the day, if you just run by someone, that could be pretty good. And in fairness, he is going up against a fast corner in his own right. Khalil Dorsey is the an undrafted free agent, but someone who is a fast corner. So it's it's not like he's going up against just a random corner. However, when this play begins, you're going to see that Worthy is going for an out, kind of got a clean release, just trying to run by Dorsey, and it's just not really working. There's not really a lot of separation right here, and this is something that is just the reality of the NFL, is that these kind of moves worked in college because a lot of guys just can't keep up with someone as fast as Worthy. In the NFL level, every team has fast corners, so you're going to have more than that. On this play, he didn't really show much more than that, and because of that, this ball is going to fall incomplete, and if we're being honest, had a better chance of being intercepted than caught by Worthy. But I want to be clear, I'm not showing this play to say that, oh, well, I guess he stinks, because he did show more than that. Like, I think sort of after this play especially, we got to see him, do more than just that kind of thing. And even before this play, actually. Like, a play like this is a good example of him showing more than just being able to, be a speed guy, even though speed is his best attribute. This play, it's a zone coverage concept. It's a man coverage concept, one-on-one matchup, kind of similar to the last play, just instead of him starting on the outside and running a deep route, he's starting in the slot and then running a deep shot towards the sideline. When this play begins, though, I wanted to pause it just barely as we're getting into the play, because it looks like he's the first one moving. Even the commentators on this play said, oh, got away with a little bit of movement. I think a lot of people thought he false started here, but you could argue he was very slightly moving when the ball was snapped, but it's worth mentioning, as he's now moving forward, the ball has been snapped. I think he kind of started moving right when the ball was snapped, and since no one else really did that, usually just kind of a beat in between when the ball is snapped and people move, people assumed that Worthy was false starting, but he's not. He's doing a good job here. If he was, it's very minor and would be ticky-tacky. So then when he's going to start moving, and again, maybe had the benefit of a Lions the defender who is kind of, pointing, thinking that it was a false start when in fact I don't think it was. You're at this situation, the Lions defender is still with Worthy on this play, so it didn't give you that much of an advantage even if it did, but now we're going to see some really good footwork by Worthy. Watch him move more towards the outside, and again, he's the kind of guy where if he gets a step on you, it's game over, right? For some guys, if they get a step on you, okay, whatever, let's see if I can come back. But when you have a guy that fast, all he needs to do is to get a step, and like I said, you're just not coming back from that. Like a play like this is another kind of perfect example where there's no safeties deep here, which again, don't know if this is going to happen too much in regular games of getting single safety or no safeties deep, but it's the preseason. They want to put some extra stress on the corners, see how they can handle it, that kind of thing. You see Worthy's route definitely could be deadly in this situation, so okay, well, let's see what happens. Again, when this play begins, I'm not going to sit here and say this is like Julian Edelman level route running or anything, but it's good. I mean, he's sort of faking as though he could be cutting towards the outside or cutting in, not giving away exactly what he's doing. And like I said, he doesn't have to do amazing stuff out here. He doesn't have to get guys way out of position. He just needs a step. So when he does cut more over the middle, Wentz is going to be able to hit him, and he's able to pick up a touchdown right there. That's really good stuff by Xavier Worthy. It just is. And again, it's a lot of it is speed, but it's not just the speed. The main reason I wanted to show those plays earlier and then compare them to these plays is to show that, like, okay, when he does this extra stuff, that's what can allow him to be more than just a role player. Because the speed's always going to make you, at the worst case scenario, a decent role player, right? But if you want to be more than that and you want to be a number one receiver, you need to do more than that. And he's showing he has capabilities of doing that, which is super cool to see if you're a Chiefs fan. And I guess super disappointing to see if you're anyone who isn't a Chiefs fan and wants to see someone else win a Super Bowl, I suppose. This play was good and bad, so it's going to be a rushing play, which makes sense, right? Like I said, he's so fast and honestly moved really well. Like in college, a big part of his game was like they would just throw screen passes and stuff like this. This isn't a screen pass, but it's a rush. You see how Mahomes is going to flip the ball back to Worthy, and right here, it's well blocked. Really, I mean, definitely he has a window to run and pick up some yards. Although that Detroit Lions player is rushing in and definitely coming in hot. So, like, if you can make a miss, this could be good. You could, I don't know about a touchdown, but maybe a touchdown. Instead, though, he's going to actually lose the football, and he only had one hand on the ball when he lost it. Picked it up, so, good job to recover it, but that's still something. Got to make sure you're just more aware of what's going on. He didn't see the Lions player come in, and that's what resulted in the fumble. So, like I said, was not a perfect day from Worthy, but this is one of those situations where, like, my overall rating of his game, I'm going to give it, like, a 7. Like, had some plays that didn't work out, had some plays that really didn't work out. But the goal isn't to get a better rating in the preseason. It's to make me feel more optimistic about you entering the regular season and really just make everyone feel more optimistic about them entering the regular season. And I certainly felt that way. He was kind of a project player when he was drafted, and you're seeing things, I feel like him take steps in the right direction and start to work on that footwork. That is kind of the big question of how good can he be. He has a high ceiling, and it feels more and more likely that he will hit that high ceiling after a game like this, even if it wasn't a perfect game. That's how I view it. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Always love hearing from ya, and of course, as always, thanks for watching.